We continue with Peter Attia's Outlive, the seventh part of our interpretation. Previously, we introduced the four primary causes of aging and death for modern humans: metabolic dysfunction, cardiovascular diseases, cancer, and neurodegenerative diseases. The mechanisms of these four horsemen. Today, we delve into strategies to address them. Attia divides his approach into 5 aspects: exercise, nutrition, sleep, emotions, and medication, with a focus on the first 4. There's a joke that goes, "If I knew where I would die, I'd avoid that place." This perspective is actually useful. If we know the most likely cause of our death, and it can be reasonably avoided at a minimal cost, it becomes leverage. An action worth taking to prevent that scenario. Fortunately, such levers do exist. For instance, many deaths occur due to car accidents each year. While factors like speeding, drunk driving, or distracted driving are challenging to control, there's a particularly useful piece of data. A significant proportion of fatal car accidents happen at intersections. You might be driving through an intersection with a green light, seemingly safe. Yet, a driver on the intersecting road runs a red light, colliding with your car from the left, making this situation particularly lethal. However, it's also easily avoidable. Every time you approach an intersection, even if you have the green light, take a quick glance to the left to ensure the oncoming traffic has stopped before proceeding. It's a very simple action that can help you avoid a common traffic accident death. This is a lever. Small actions with substantial impact. So, this is something you must do. Similarly, we can't spend all our time on longevity, and here is where leverage comes into play. If dedicating 20% of your efforts can yield 80% of the results, prioritize that 20%. For longevity, the most crucial lever is the topic we are discussing: exercise. Exercise is the most effective intervention for health and lifespan, surpassing any medication or other interventions. Even if you engage in a minimal amount of exercise daily, it's significantly better than being completely sedentary. Studies show that 90 minutes of exercise per week, which translates to just over 10 minutes a day, can reduce the risk of death from various causes by 14%. A level of efficacy challenging to find in medication. This is what you should prioritize. Exercise also has levers within itself. The 3 key indicators to focus on are cardiovascular fitness, muscle strength, and stability. Before delving into these indicators, let's discuss a fundamental form of exercise mentioned in Daniel Lieberman's exercise: moderate intensity aerobic exercise. Attia refers to it as Zone 2 exercise, a classification based on exercise intensity commonly used by fitness coaches. Zone 2 is an intensity level between brisk walking and slow jogging. Whether it's brisk walking, jogging, swimming, or cycling, the key is that during this exercise, you can complete full sentences, but feel a bit breathless when speaking. Your heart rate should be around 70% to 85% of your maximum heart rate. This exercise doesn't feel overly strenuous, and you can maintain it for an extended period. Beginners can enter Zone 2 by brisk walking, and those with a fitness foundation might opt for uphill treadmill walking. Moderate intensity aerobic exercise targets type 1 muscle fibers, suited for slow, endurance-oriented actions, allowing for prolonged use without fatigue. Both Lieberman and Attia, based on current consensus in the scientific community, agree that moderate intensity aerobic exercise is fundamental to all training. If you can only choose one type of exercise, choose this. Moderate intensity aerobic exercise is not only beneficial for weight loss, but also for overall health. It provides a foundation of endurance for any other activities. One significant role is in improving mitochondria, the energy-producing structures within cells. A notable feature of aging is the decline in both the quantity and quality of mitochondria. Moderate intensity aerobic exercise stimulates cells to produce more efficient mitochondria. Healthy mitochondria enhance the body's ability to metabolize glucose and fat, particularly increasing fat metabolism. This is why moderate intensity aerobic exercise is most beneficial for weight loss, and effective in controlling type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Given its moderate intensity and flexibility in methods, the crucial factor is ensuring the duration of exercise. For older individuals or those just starting, twice a week with 30 minutes each time is beneficial. If you have a fitness base, 4 times a week with 45 minutes each time is more effective. Moreover, this exercise is beneficial for the brain. While we've discussed the cognitive benefits of walking, Attia emphasizes that Zone 2 exercise increases blood flow to the brain, aiding in preventing Alzheimer's and enhancing cognitive abilities. In essence, daily brisk walking for several minutes, accompanied by some mental engagement, is your most critical longevity lever. On this foundation, we need to optimize 3 key indicators. The first is cardiovascular fitness, measured by maximal oxygen consumption, VO2 max. It represents the maximum amount of oxygen a person can consume per kilogram of body weight per minute. A higher value is better. While resting oxygen consumption is minimal, as exercise intensity increases, the required oxygen flow rises. However, every individual has a limit, and this is the VO2 max. Some hospitals and fitness centers can measure VO2 max, typically involving running on a treadmill with a mask. Attia suggests that VO2 max might be the most powerful indicator of longevity. A high VO2 max indicates strong cardiovascular fitness. What defines good health? This is it. Lower VO2 max correlates with higher mortality rates from various diseases. Statistically, the downsides of poor cardiovascular fitness surpass those of smoking, diabetes, cancer, and heart disease. Furthermore, the benefits of having a high VO2 max have no upper limit, meaning even if your cardiovascular fitness is already good, continuous exercise can make you even better. While moderate-intensity aerobic exercise can somewhat improve VO2 max, for more effectiveness, higher-intensity aerobic training is recommended. This involves interval training. Short bursts of high-intensity activities like sprinting or cycling, followed by periods of rest. For example, sprint at near maximum speed for 4 minutes, then walk for 4 minutes, and repeat 4 to 6 times. Attia suggests that beginners focus on moderate-intensity aerobic exercise for 5 or 6 months, before incorporating VO2 max training. High-intensity aerobic exercise is required only once or twice a week. However, note that older adults should not use age and frailty as excuses. They can still benefit from this training. The second indicator is muscle strength. Moderate-intensity aerobic exercise targets type 1 muscle fibers, but you also need to train type 2 muscle fibers, responsible for quick and powerful movements that give you strength. In simple terms, it's about your ability to lift weights and your grip strength. Can you carry a heavy box with one in each hand? Weightlifting is the most direct method of training for muscle strength. Training muscles also benefits mitochondria, and some studies suggest that muscle strength might be even more critical than cardiovascular fitness. A significant sign of aging is the decline in strength. After the age of 65, muscle mass tends to decline rapidly, and after 75, the rate of decline increases. Muscle atrophy, once it occurs, is challenging to reverse. Even if someone is physically healthy, a period of immobility due to injury or fracture can lead to muscle atrophy. Recovery after such incidents is slow and often accompanied by pain. Another important indicator outside of muscles is bone density, which can also be improved through strength training, possibly with the help of nutritional supplements and medication. We won't delve into details. The third indicator is stability. Stability is crucial for preventing injuries. Many older individuals refrain from exercise not because of natural aging or unwillingness, but due to existing injuries. It might be surprising, but over 27% of Americans aged 45 and above suffer from chronic pain, with 10% to 12% stating that pain has most days or every day restricted their activities in the past 6 months. The reason for their injuries is the inability to control their bodies effectively. The primary cause of accidental deaths in older people is falling. Falls can lead to direct fatalities or fractures. Life quality after a fracture is poor due to immobility, followed by muscle atrophy, and a slow decline into death due to helplessness and pain. Therefore, as you age, injury prevention becomes paramount. To avoid injury, you need strong stability. It's the ability to subconsciously control your strength. Decelerate when necessary, stop when needed, quickly adjust to external stimuli, and maintain stability under all circumstances. Specific training methods may require a fitness coach. Attia broadly mentions breathing exercises, balancing on both feet, and spinal exercises. One simple method is stair climbing. Find a sturdy box with a height that aligns your thighs parallel to the ground when lifting your legs. Step up and down. A method to measure stability is standing on one leg with hands on your waist. For people in their 40s, the standard is closing eyes while standing on one leg for 7 seconds, and with eyes open, for 40 seconds. For those in their 70s, it's closing eyes for 2 seconds, and with eyes open, for 18 seconds. More detailed standards can be found in this chart. Failure to meet these standards means you're prone to falling and getting injured. This section covered 4 types of exercises. 1. Moderate intensity aerobic exercise, the foundation of all exercises, the simplest, and the most easily achievable with the greatest benefits. A daily brisk walk is sufficient. 2. High-intensity aerobic exercise, to boost cardiovascular fitness. It requires less time but higher intensity. 3. Strength training to maintain muscle mass. The primary method is weightlifting. Strength is closely related to longevity, but its more crucial role is ensuring your quality of life. Keeping you strong. 4. Stability training, to ensure safety and prevent injury. What's extraordinary about these 4 exercises? They are the most natural requirements for humans. Regular movement, occasional vigorous activity, strength, and stability. You're just seeking to be a normal person in this abnormal modern environment. A crucial insight from this section is that the specific training method is not crucial. The intensity and the target indicator for training are what matter. Whether it's brisk walking, running, swimming, cycling, rowing, elliptical training, weightlifting, or carrying boxes. Whatever you do, as long as you avoid injuries, it works. You don't need, and shouldn't engage in, bizarre activities where a group of people crawls on all fours in the streets. Simplicity reduces the risk of injury and embarrassment. Attia himself is an exercise enthusiast. Apart from what we discussed, he has practiced activities like boxing at a highly intense, professional level. From the logical analysis of the entire book, spending so much time on exercise might be unnecessary. The spirit of this section is about seizing levers. This concludes the content of this section. In the next part, we'll discuss how you should approach nutrient intake.
If you feel there is value in this, please like, subscribe to this channel, and leave your thoughts or suggestions in the comments section. Let's grow together and read more good books.